Friday. I hope everyone is well. Let me go ahead and just put this out there. Please do not replay my video or any of my likenesses. I will strike your channels if you do. I'm asking politely. So with that said, let's carry on. I just want to talk about something tonight that's been on my mind. You know, fear of success for fear of failure is something I think we've all dealt with. It's that adrenaline rush of go, 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 and then you get to the top and it's like, oh. It's like waiting for Christmas morning and then it's over. Or going on vacation and going home. Just because you get to the top of the mountain and you win doesn't mean the fun has to stop or the adrenaline needs to cease. You just have to find a new way to reinvent that energy into something good and positive. A lot of people like to not succeed at the very end because then they can be the victim. That's a good role a lot of people like to play. It's an excuse to not move forward. We see it a lot on YouTube with the grifter crew. Additionally, it's just that whole subconscious thing of I'm not worthy or I'm too worthy, as the narcissistic crowd likes us to believe. I just made the mistake of telling someone they were actually on a good path and winning just to watch them throw it out the window. I should have just sent them a box of matches and said, go burn your house down. Because you know what, really at this point in time, that's all you're doing. I don't know why people aren't standing up for me. Because you blocked them all. Anybody that cared about you, you blocked. Now you're the victim because nobody stands up for you. Now they all think you're a fucking weirdo because you are. Whoever you are. I mean, hypothetically, I'm not talking about anyone in particular here. I wouldn't do that. That's rude. My mother raised me better than that. So with that said, when you put all your cards out on the table, you show your enemy or your opponent, if it's just there's such a thing as good competition. Or letting your 3-year-old win tic-tac-toe. You got to do that. You got to build them up. But when you are actually taking your entire future of your life, because you're at a crossroad right now, putting all your cards out on the table for whatever. It's like building your house on the beach, this most beautiful house out of paper mache, when you could have built it out of concrete and it'd still be there and you could go visit it and live in it and be happy. Happiness? What the hell is that? Oh, that's success! Oh, we can't do that. Then we can't be the victim anymore. No one knows what crosses people carry. Nobody knows what's really going on in someone else's life unless you walk in their shoes. And I will say that because, there's a lot of things that people who wear smiles and laugh a lot are usually the saddest, are usually the most... they're the most rugged people in the world. A person that can smile through a disaster is a gift from God. Because that's the inspiration to pull others through because they get it. It's not about the adrenaline rush being over. It's about turning it into a new form of energy. Green energy, recycle, reuse, repurpose. Well, you repurpose that feel. You're not chasing that high anymore. You are repurposing it into something to help others, which can only grow positive energy. Oh no, you might win. Oh shit, buckle up. Winning is overrated. At least that's what the winners want you to think because they don't want competition at the top because they figured it out. It ain't about that. It's about the self-exploration that you go through in your life to find out who you really are with the things that you have to task and the tackles that you have to take and the being the persecutor and being the persecuted, being the bully and being the one bullied. You can either fall into the sickness or you can grow from it. And I am far from perfect. I went to Codependence Anonymous in college because we had to go to a group like AA or something. So I went to Codependence Anonymous, figured, hey, no, it was going to be an easy A for me because, it's like when I took assertive training. I could have taught the class, but oh well. I needed the A. So with that said, I went to Codependence Anonymous and realized I was surrounded by a bunch of fucked up codependents. And, well, I don't want to go to Alcoholics Anonymous either because it's not 5 o'clock somewhere. And, well, the list goes on. So needless to say, I people watch. That's my hobby. Oh, you're all up in the drama. No, I just have an opinion. I'm really not up in the drama. It doesn't pay. I refuse to throw myself into things that are not for the greater good, not things that I align with. I can still love you from a distance if I don't like what you're doing. I'm not going to co-sign it, and I'm certainly not going to clean up any messes, because I really do put value in words. To me, a promise is a promise. Words have meaning. There's power in the spoken word. And better than a credit score is a good reputation. When you are the one that people trust because they know you're not going to steal from them, they know you're not going to rob them, it's a good feeling to know that, yeah, people hate you because you're the righteous bitch, but I'm still going to watch because I'm a people watcher. That's my problem. I like to watch. And it's not that I like to watch people suffer. I love to see people happy. That's my favorite thing to watch is, kids playing at the park and having a good time and laughing. I mean, I've never laughed so hard in my life as to some of the shit that my kids have said to me. That, to me, is what it's all about. But I want to see what makes the other side tick, so I watch it all. And, I have no filter, as we know, and yes, I do have an opinion, and I'm sure I'm going to get a shit ton of them down there in the dirt pile of comment section. And, with that said, God bless you for the free real estate you gave me in your head. It ain't even worth it, really. I'm not trying to fight with anybody in real life, but apparently that's what's happening. And I will handle my own business. If I start it, I'll finish it. But if you pull me into something that I am not a part of, that I have not said I will align with because I believe in it, you better bet your ass I'm going to back up, step back, and say, hell no. Doesn't make me your enemy. It just makes me strong-willed and with my parameters of to the things that I personally live by. I try to practice what I preach, and when I am a hypocrite, I am the first one to call myself out. Not as an excuse, just as a reminder that, yes, I look like an asshole. But I'm just really bothered tonight because I made the mistake of telling someone that they were winning. So what did they do? Fucked it all up. That's okay. It happens. I should have known better. I should have just sent a box of matches and I don't know, some diesel fuel and a map. There you go. Why don't you just go set the house on fire? Not really. Not literally. That's just a, what do you call that? A representation of a mental thought that I'm having of people that destroy themselves when they don't need to because they're good people. Everybody has a cross to carry and nobody knows what somebody else is going through unless you are them. Don't judge a book by its cover and think that just because somebody is a smiling, laughing, happy person, that deep in their heart they don't have problems, because they do. Everybody does. The biggest smiles hide the darkest pain. But the biggest smiles are the gift from God that figured it out, how to get through it, and how to be okay with completing it, winning it, growing it into something better. Like the cordless phone that is now a cell phone, and on and on and on. Oh, and a satellite phone. All of these things came from one person who invented a cordless phone. Highly suspicious. So, people took that and grew it into more. The phone became totally different. Saved my grandmother, who had polio, from falling and not being able to help herself. She was the I've fallen and I can't get it up chick. And and when my uncle bought her a cordless phone, she was like, oh wow, it allowed her to live alone after my grandpa died. And not fear of fire, which happened to her when she was 14. Her parents' house burnt down in Massachusetts, and she was the one that came home with her boyfriend and saved the family. So, I don't know, guys. YouTube has turned into a cesspool, and it's no longer a spectator sport where you can just have fun for the most part. It's turned into a weaponized place where I don't know what's going on. I don't care anymore. All I know is the people I love are getting hurt But if the people I love decide to stand in front of the flame, I can only warn you to move. But, you know, that's just an observation, not a threat. Don't take that as a threat, because it's not at all. I have not a threatening bone in my body right now because I've got too much going on in my own life to even think about starting any fights. And I generally don't start them. I generally just, like my mother, am guilty of standing up for, you know, what I believe in, and it's been my own downfall. You know, the one bitch ruins it for the rest of the bitches. So, anyway, I just try to stay light and happy. I'm sorry for rambling, guys. I'm just perplexed tonight. I really thought I'm an idiot. I believed in somebody because I'm dumb. Someday I'll learn. And then people wonder why I'm so cynical. Well, bitches like you. Anyway, guys, take care. Have a good night.